Welcome. Today we have Meridith Elliott Powell with us to discuss how we can convert uncertainty into a competitive advantage. Meridith is an award-winning author, business growth strategist, sales futurist, and keynote speaker. Recently, Meridith was named one of the top 15 business growth experts to watch. Her most recent book is Thrive, Turning Uncertainty into Your Competitive Advantage. Meridith, welcome, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you. I'm really looking forward to this discussion.
Good. All right. Well, let's jump right into it. You've been focusing on this issue of uncertainty for a few years now. What is it about uncertainty that gets in the way of banks accomplishing their goals?
Yeah, it's funny. It's not only banks, it's pretty much everybody. The research shows that we would rather know something bad is going to happen than to have to live in the unknown. That's how much we don't like uncertainty. But being a former banker, I think banks almost don't like it more than anybody because we like to know what's going to happen. We like to be able to do a strategic plan, have a goal, and make sure that nothing's going to get into the way of that goal. But think about uncertainty. I mean, it's change on steroids. We know change is coming. We just don't know what that change is going to be, what impact it's going to have, or exactly when it's going to happen. How are you supposed to grow a financial institution when that's the outlook? So I think uncertainty is scary. I think it's disruptive. And I think it is just keeps us on edge. We can't make a plan.
Great. All right. Well, thank you. So if uncertainty is all around us and never goes away, how do bankers go about their work of serving their customers' needs?
Yeah, in fact, I think in an uncertain marketplace, bankers are needed more than they're ever needed. I mean, think about this crisis we've just come through. People were really worried about how they're going to make ends meet, how they're going to pay their bills, how they're going to protect, their money. So I think that what bankers need to focus on is what they can control and forget about the rest. I mean, the truth is that there's so much in an uncertain marketplace that you can't control. You can't control the market. You can't control the economy. You can't control gas prices. You can't control competition. You couldn't control this pandemic. But if you focus on what you can control, success is not logical. I don't know why that is, but I've spent so much time researching people who succeed. And it's not about talent. It's not about money. It's not about luck. It's not about resources. It's about, do you have the ability to focus on what you can control? So I tell my clients to basically make a list of all the things you're stressed about, all the things you're worried about, and then divide that list into what you can control and what you can't, and focus your time and energy and keep your team focused, their time and energy on what you can control. And somehow you will emerge successful from the crisis.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. And as you've said, one of the attributes of uncertainty is that the source of that uncertainty is constantly changing.
Yeah.
So what advice can you share for dealing with this ever-changing nature of uncertainty? I have my list, but then something else happens. So what do I do?
Yeah, there's three, I've got a proven 9-step formula for what you need to do to thrive in an uncertain marketplace. And I would prefer you use all 9 steps, but I'm going to give you a quick 3 right here. Number 1 is, and these work in order. Number 1 is you have to have a relentless vision. There was a great story a few years back about a group of kids going on a whitewater rafting trip in Northern California. And as luck would have it, the week before they were supposed to go, there were torrential downpours in Northern California, and the class 3 rapids went to class 5. And the kids were told not to go, but kids being kids begged and pleaded. And the guide said, I'll take you as long as you sit through a 3-hour safety talk. And for 3 hours, the guide focused on what she called the positive point, or the relentless vision. She said, I'm going to point out the obstacles, the down trees, the high water. But the way you get down a raging river with high rapids is you focus on where your raft wants to go. If you focus too much on the obstacle, you'll get stuck in the tree. If you focus on where the raft is supposed to go, it's pulled like a magnet. Your bank is the exact same way. You have to have a relentless vision. And I say relentless because it is not enough to focus on it and put it on a wall. You have to talk about it in the morning. You have to talk about it at noon. You have to talk about it at the end of the day. The second is you need to get used to this change. You need to condition yourself for change. The problem with change is we wait for it to happen. And even the best change gurus who tell you how to react to change still have you behind the 8 ball. You have to predict the changes coming in the marketplace. And we use a tool called a skeptic for that, getting your team together and talking about the changes you see happening with society, competition, economics, politics, technology, industry, and customers. If you talk about change, you'll get comfortable with change and you'll predict the change. The last is focus on your customers. Put your focus on somebody else and focus on their problems, and their problems will be exactly the message you need. They'll tell you how to transform your business and how to be valuable to them. And how you're valuable to them is what's going to grow your bank in a crisis. So it's those three strategies. As I said, I'd prefer you use all 9, but those 3 will get you started.
Great, great. Meridith, thank you for helping us unconceal the banking opportunities that are hidden inside all of this uncertainty. While there's always so much we don't know, we can use your key points to be in action and move forward. And that's great. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Great. So in closing, thank you all for joining us today. If you have additional questions for Meridith, please see the links in her bio.